My final project for Power, Identity, and Resistance is focused on comparing Durkheim and Marx's perspectives on the causes of the class struggle. Durkheim is renowned for his examination of how the specialization of tasks in societies influence social unity and moral order in his text, The Division of Labor in Society. He says that the division of labor evolves alongside societal complexity, impacting social cohesion. Durkheim's work continues to be influential in understanding the fundamental structures of modern societies. Marx profoundly influenced the fields of sociology, economics, and political science. He is well known for his critical analysis of capitalism and its impact on society in his text, Capitalism, where he explores how capital accumulation, exploitation of labor, and market mechanisms shape societal relations and power dynamics. We will explore a point of comparison between the sociological theories of Emil Durkheim and Karl Marx, the cause of class struggle. There will be a focus on how their theories diverge on the concept of anomie and what role, if any, it plays in accounting for the class struggle. So that leads us to the question, does the idea of anomie adequately account for the class struggle? Well, Durkheim says yes. When the division of labor is not properly regulated or organized, it leads to a sense of dissatisfaction within society, which manifests in class conflicts such as aspiring for higher roles, economic crises, crime, and unhappiness or suicide. Marx says no, on the other hand. The class struggle is caused directly by the division of labor, which worsens inequalities regarding alienation, machinery, and leisure time. Later on, we will talk about the gig economy and analyze it through both philosophers' perspectives. Here we have Durkheim's perspective restated. Before we dive into the various forms of class struggle, it is important to know what Durkheim means by the term anomie. Durkheim says that an unregulated society is in a state of anomie. This happens when the rules that guide how different parts of society work together are neither clear nor followed. We will see where anomie arises during Durkheim's theory of societal evolution. Durkheim perceived the rise in population density and specialization as a crucial aspect of the onset of modernity. Alongside these developments, Durkheim recognized the potential for social fragmentation or social division to emerge, particularly during transitions from one form of society to another. Durkheim says that this weakening of social cohesion can lead to a sense of disconnection and alienation, creating an environment perfect for anomie. Therefore, understanding that anomie plays a significant role in the class struggle when a society's division of labor lacks proper organization, we can discuss the impact of anomie on the individual roles they attain or are assigned within society. Durkheim saw society's role as regulating its members' passions and expectations. For example, to maintain solidarity, it is vital that roles suit individuals. And better yet, true solidarity emerges when people naturally align with roles based on their capabilities and inclinations without coercion. However, as society changes rapidly, norms become unclear and anomie results. And with their goals unregulated by society, individuals' aspirations become limitless. The absence of organization or regulation in society to uphold societal norms can lead to discord. When individuals are thrust into law-enforced roles, unity and cooperation suffer due to the confusion, discontent, and frustration. This dissatisfaction can even manifest in civil wars, as lower classes aspire to higher roles that are traditionally reserved for higher classes. Thus, Durkheim argues that the lack of harmony between individuals' natural inclinations and their assigned social roles, which anomie creates, can contribute to social unrest. We will see a similar situation in the next slides regarding anomie's impact on the economy. So, anomie manifests in economic crises. As previously mentioned, a discordance between individuals' needs and the societal roles they are assigned can fuel social unrest. This is seen by the relationship between the worker's labor and the employer's capital. As roles become more specialized, the relationship between capital and labor lacks clear guidelines, leaving workers dissatisfied but unable to change their circumstances. Furthermore, the division of labor can reduce individuals to feeling like mere machines engaged in repetitive tasks. This can be profoundly demeaning. If someone lacks understanding of their work's purpose, they may feel trapped in a repetitive cycle rather than being integral contributors to a socially responsive organism. Workers' feelings of detachment and apathy for their roles are detrimental to industries where decreased activity levels disrupt productivity. Therefore, anomie exacerbates the class struggle by magnifying the disparity and increasing tensions between workers and employers. Now we will discuss anomie's effect on the class struggle, specifically on crime. Durkheim states that there is a positive correlation between societal advancement and crime rate, and he attributes this class conflict to anomie. He says that anomie can contribute to deviant behavior. When individuals feel disconnected from societal norms and values, they may engage in behaviors that deviate from the established standards of conduct, seeking alternative means of finding meaning or identity in a society characterized by normallessness. This correlation emphasizes the power that anomie can have on societies, even those that are very advanced. Moreover, we will see the impact of anomie on individual happiness. Durkheim says that an excess or lack of agreeable experiences can make us unhappy, with individuals and societies possessing a maximum threshold of happiness. However, he posits that going beyond that limit can lead to discomfort or even pain. In such circumstances, people may experience increased levels of depression due to a sense of purposelessness or a lack of belonging. Durkheim links anomie to suicide, arguing that when societal norms and values are weakened or disrupted, individuals may experience a sense of moral confusion, which can contribute to societal behavior. Anomie, in this context, disrupts the social bonds that provide individuals with a sense of belonging and purpose, leading to individual struggle and suicide as the solution. Now we will shift to Marx, who believes that the class struggle is caused directly by the division of labor regarding alienation, machinery, and leisure time. First, let's cover alienation. To begin, Marx underscores how the division of labor exacerbates the class struggle, particularly through the mechanism of alienation. He observes that craftsmen, upon specialization, lose proficiency in their previous trades, becoming relegated to supplementary roles in the production of a specific commodity. As Marx articulates, the worker, having sold their labor power to capital due to a lack of means for independent production, now relies solely on capitalist workshops for employment. Consequently, the manufacturing worker becomes a mere appendage of the workshop, existing as the property of capital. Furthermore, in the transition from simple cooperation to manufacture and finally to large-scale industry, the worker becomes increasingly fragmented and subdivided, alienated from their own labor, deprived of their individuality and autonomy. This process mutilates and converts the worker into a crippled monstrosity, severing their connection to their own productive drives and inclinations. This fragmentation, according to Marx, is akin to executing or assassinating the person, metaphorically speaking. Overall, Marx's analysis illustrates how the division of labor perpetuates the class struggle by dividing individuals of the working class from their own desires, while consolidating power and control in the hands of the capitalist class. Now we will discuss how the division of labor's machinery practices account for the class struggle. Machinery alters the dynamics of labor, rendering the worker's labor power obsolete as the machine takes over the tasks formerly performed by the workers. The resulting displacement of workers creates a surplus population of laborers who are no longer needed to maximize productivity. When workers are needed, machinery, being that repository of capital, allows for the lengthening of the workday beyond natural limits. Additionally, workers cease to be active in their labor, but instead lose control over their work conditions. Machinery introduction under the division of labor only exploits the working class more so, as capital seizes upon new conditions and incentives to satisfy its appetite for labor. The inversion of control, particularly with machinery, intensifies the class struggle by further subjugating workers to the dictates of capital. Finally, the class struggle is caused by the division of labor's practice of leisure time. Under the division of labor, workers' time, including their leisure time, is perceived solely as labor time to be exploited for the benefit of capital. This relentless pursuit of profit leaves workers with little opportunity for extracurricular activities, educational pursuits, social interactions, or even rest. Factory owners even engage in small thefts, depriving workers of meal or rest breaks. By overworking workers beyond reasonable limits, capitalists effectively deplete their labor power at a faster rate than it can be replenished. This perpetuates an unjust system that benefits the capitalist and is to the worker's detriment. Marx suggests that the specialization inherent in the division of labor limits workers' opportunities for self-expression and fulfillment, extending to their leisure time, which may be constrained by the demands of their work. The struggles of the working class creates a deep resentment among them towards the capitalist system, and tensions between labor and capital intensify, laying the groundwork for class struggle. Now, let's talk about the gig economy. The gig economy is a labor market characterized by the prevalence of short-term contracts or freelance work as opposed to permanent jobs. This economy can be analyzed through the lenses of both Durkheim and Marx. Durkheim's concept of anomie can be applied to the gig economy by examining how anomie within the society contributes to societal dissatisfaction and conflict. In the gig economy, the division of labor is often not properly regulated or structured. The absence of long-term contracts, health insurance, retirement plans, paid time off, or job security can lead to anxiety and uncertainty among gig workers. As a result, gig workers may experience joblessness, fluctuating incomes, and a lack of benefits or protections. All these factors, when experienced, can contribute to a sense of dissatisfaction and unhappiness that is a prominent feature of Durkheim's anomic division of labor. On the other hand, Marx's perspective emphasizes the role of the division of labor in driving class struggle. This is evident in the precarious working conditions, low wages, and surplus value extraction experienced by many gig workers. Gig workers lack the protections offered to traditional employees under federal regulations. This leaves them vulnerable to exploitation. This exploitation of labor fuels class conflict between workers and capitalists as workers seek to assert their rights and demand fair compensation for their work. The gig economy perpetuates inequalities precisely inherent in Marxist capitalist society. In summary, both Durkheim and Marx offer valuable insights into the relationship between the gig economy and the class struggle. Durkheim's concept of anomie helps to explain the unregulated nature of the gig economy and how it can lead to societal dissatisfaction and conflict, while Marx's analysis emphasizes the role of economic exploitation and inequality in driving class struggle within the gig economy. In summary, while the division of labor holds the potential to enhance social cohesion through the establishment of clear roles and responsibilities, its unregulated proliferation, as highlighted by Durkheim, may result in a state of anomie marked by societal discord and discontent. This creates class conflicts relating to societal roles, economic crises, crime and unhappiness, or suicide, according to Durkheim. However, Marx attributes class struggle to the division of labor, which he claims disadvantages the working class. The class struggle manifests in various forms to Marx, including alienation, exploitative labor practices, and disparities in leisure time. Thus, the regulation and equitable distribution of labor roles emerge as crucial factors in mitigating the adverse effects of Durkheim's anomie and Marx's division of labor. Thank you for listening to my presentation.